Full moon in a Scorpio. Wow, what an intense and powerful full moon we're gonna have April 26th Central Time. It's gonna be an amazing and powerful full moon. In this video, I would like to tell you a little bit about the full moon in the Scorpio. Why is it a full moon? Why is it gonna be under Scorpio? Why is it a super moon? And why it's a pink moon? All this in my Cosmo News. You can like this video, comment below what is the next topic that you would like me to talk, and you can share this video if you like. So here we are. Why is it a pink moon? Well, as you can see, I'm sitting here in nature. Behind me is a tree where you can see what color is it? Pink. The flowers are pink. And I was doing some research, and in Native American culture, they didn't have a calendar, and they follow the moon cycles, and they will put nicknames to the moons, so they recognize their cycles, and depending on the moon they will do their different activities that they needed to do to follow some sort of time, right? Well, you know, after the colonization and all that, they took this information from Native America and they adapted into the Gregorian calendar that we have nowadays, and they kept some nicknames to the moons. And why is it a pink moon? Well, as you can see behind me, this tree, I believe that this tree is called the herb mouse pink, or the creeping phlox. I was doing some researches, and the pictures are very similar, so I'm pretty sure, I think it is this tree. And if I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments below. So I was like, I have to find a pink tree to make this video. So why is it a pink? Why this tree? Why? Because in the northern hemisphere we're having spring, right? This is the spring. We're on spring now. So beginning of the spring, this is the tree that we can see first, that they start growing their flowers as the beginning of the spring. So that's why they call it a pink moon, because of this flower which is behind me. Why is it a super moon? Well, in this year 2021 we're gonna have two super moons. So this is the first super moon. And why is it a super moon? Because it's gonna seem closer to the earth. It's gonna be very big and very bright. So that's why it's a super moon. So now we're going to what we are interested about, astrology, right? Because this is an astrology channel. So why is it a full moon? Well, in astrology we study the chart, the astrological mandala chart, and this is something that you can use individually, and you can also use it as a collective, for globally, for everybody, for the whole world, right? So as you already know, the sun is in Taurus, because I've been talking about all this the whole Taurus season. And to be able to understand what happens when we have a full moon is because the sun is here. It's making a 180 degrees across the moon. And then in astrology, this is called an opposition. So what happens when we have oppositions? Well, the sun is here, the moon is here, and depending on whatever sign is the sun, which in this case the sun is in Taurus, what's the opposite of Taurus? Scorpio. And what's the opposite of a Scorpio? Taurus. So that's why we're having a full moon in the Scorpio. Okay? So to understand astrology, we really need to go back and kind of like put everything together. In April 11, we just had a new moon in Aries, where I was telling you this is the perfect time to initiate, to start new beginnings, go for what you want. We're connecting a lot with Venus, with the energy of Venus, right? With fire too, with Mars. And we're still connecting with Venus. But that was the time in April 11 where I told you it's a perfect time to do your manifestations, to manifest. Now that we have this stellium, because we had the Sun, Mercury, and Venus under the energy of Taurus, so now is the moment to actually materialize these desires and ideas that we had in April 11, because the energy of Taurus invite us to go into the ground, to connect with the earth, to listen to our body, to materialize those desires, those Venus desires, right? Now with the full moon in the Scorpio, it's an opportunity that will help us, that will guide us in somehow to concrete those desires and wishes that we wanted. Why? Because the energy of the Scorpio, actually the energy of the sun is what we most know. When somebody asks you what is your sign, you say, well, I'm Taurus because my birthday is May 8th. I'm Scorpio because my birthday is November 3rd, whatever, right? And you automatically know your sign. That's your sun sign. The energy of the sun connects us with who we are. It's inside of us. It's our vitality. We see the sun up there and we're like, yes, the sun is up there. Yes, the moon is up there. But they actually live inside of us. The energy lives inside of us. And the sun is vitality. When we see the sun, we feel energized. We feel like we want to do things. It's the moment to do action, to take action, to move, to do new things, right? When we have cloudy days, we feel like, I don't want to do anything today. I just want to stay home, be cozy, be comfy at home. But when it's sunny, we're like, yes, let's do it. Let's go outside, right? And that's the energy that lives inside of us. That's the sun. When we activate the sun, we activate some sort of vitality and energy inside of us. So the sun is giving all the light to the moon in this full moon in the Scorpio. So the energy of Scorpio, it's more like what is inside the ocean, what is under, what is there, you know? The energy of Scorpio is very intense. There's no gray colors. There's no in between. It's either you do it or you don't do it. It's either black or it's either white. There's no grays in between, okay? It's very intense. It's very powerful. I always say that inside of our mind, we have like a little basement, like a little place where we hide things, where we don't hide them, but we kind of like just throw them in there. Emotions, feelings, frustrations, angriness, whatever you want to put there, we put it there. We put it there, and we continue put it there. We load it with all this low vibration feelings and emotions. And when we have transitions like this, like the full moons, for example, in a Scorpio, that is very strong, very powerful full moon, what happens with that basement that we throw a lot of things in there? It opens up, and then poof, it comes to us. We were like, oh my God, it moved a lot of things inside of us. It moved a lot of emotions. It moved a lot of things that we were hiding, we were trying to put away, and it comes out. It comes out to the surface, to the superficial, to the surface. Now we can see it with more clarity. Why? Because the sun is giving all the light to the moon. So all the things that we're hiding, all those desires, all those impulsions, impulsive actions that we were hiding or we don't want people to see about us, it's coming out. And it's perfect. This is no bad. It's not like a Scorpio, it's bad or it's evil or good or bad. It's just an energy. And it depends of us how we want to transmute and how we want to transform that energy. If we have conscious, if we're conscious of what we feel, of our shadows, of our unconsciousness, then we can see that shadow and we won't hide it anymore. What are we gonna do? We're gonna transform them. We're gonna give them another switch, and we're gonna be able to see it with more clarity. And that's why it's helpful to have full moons. That's why we need to tune in into the full moons. That way we can see what the full moon is offering us, and that way we can see ourselves. We can see what was hiding, what was in the shadows. And that way we can become better selves. This is a very powerful and intense full moon. My recommendations for this full moon is to meditate, to go in, to do any salt bath. And if you don't have a bathroom that you can do salt bath, you can do like a bowl. You can put some water and some sea salt in there. Just put your feet. In Indian tradition and Indian culture, I know that there's a way of cleansing. There is a way of cleansing yourself through your feet. And when you put your feet there, all your energy, you're gonna feel more relaxed, you're gonna feel more released. And that's what we need. We need to see that shadow and somehow transform them. Of course, into something in a high frequency. Now, another thing that is happening is that April 27, Pluto, which is the ruler of a Scorpio, it's gonna go retrograde. Yes, Mercury is not the only planet that goes retrograde. Venus goes retrograde, Mars goes retrograde. Well, beginning, there was no planets retrograde, okay, during this whole month. Now Pluto is like, hey guys, I'm coming and I'm gonna go retrograde. What happened when a planet goes retrograde? Well, it's an invitation to go in, to take a pause, especially now that it is Taurus season. Taurus is like patient, go slow, listen to your body, listen to the cycles, listen to the process of life. Like this tree behind me, it wasn't like this a couple weeks ago. It's a process. It takes time. So that's when a planet goes retrograde. It reminds us to be patient with ourselves. It reminds us to take a pause, to go in. And it's very powerful because, I mean, we're having a full moon in a Scorpio. The next day, boom, Pluto goes retrograde. And it's like, hey, disintoxicate, transform. In order to transform, we need to kind of detox. So this is a perfect time to detox, to do any, I don't know, looking your schedule, looking at your the things that you eat, maybe do some change in there. Maybe listen to your body and say, well, maybe I need to drink more water. Maybe I need to stop eating this kind of food because it irritates my stomach. Like, listen to yourself, especially now that Mars is in Cancer, right? Cancer has to do with our emotions too, but somehow our nurturing, how we nurture ourselves, right? So slowly we're entering into Cancer's energy too. But Pluto retrograde is an invitation of detox, transform. But in order to transform, we need to see that shadow. We need to go in, we need to see it, and we need to somehow transform it. So this is a great time to meditate, like I said, taking salt bath and all that, you know, take care of yourself, listen to yourself, and do the things that you like. Another thing you can do too is that in a piece of paper, you can write the things that you don't like about yourself, and then see how you can transform that. It's gonna be magical. I wish you the best for this full moon. I hope this video was helpful as a guidance. If you have any comments, please comment below. Like, comment, share if you like it, and tell me another topic that you would like me to talk. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. This is my Cosmo News, and many blessings for this full moon. It's gonna be very intense. You might feel it in your body, you might feel it more vulnerable, more emotional, but let it out, okay? Thank you guys, kisses, thank you, ciao ciao.